Welcome to Paperback Warrior. Thanks for watching. My name is Eric, co-host of the Paperback Warrior Podcast, and as you can see, I've got a box from eBay. Thought it'd be fun to do an unboxing video of this pretty large box of books. I want to say, maybe 50 or so books of vintage paperbacks that I purchased on eBay for an embarrassingly low amount. So I'm going to show these books to you. I'm going to lift this up here and we'll get started. It's kind of fun looking through these. Some of these I may already have, but most of them it looks like are Dell and maybe Dell map backs. So here's the first one. Let's see if we can see that. Van Wyck Mason. I can't remember what the name of the series is. We've got a couple. I think we got at least one review on the Paperback Warrior site. Let's see what that looks like here. Yeah, it looks great. Pocketbooks. There are people out there that know more about this series than I do. All right, so there's one. What's next? The Map on the Ceiling by John Pierce. Fawcett Gold Medal. I like that these are bagged. That's fantastic. Great. Let's put it over here. What's next? Oh, that looks great. Find My Killer. Signet. Was it suicide or was it murder? Manly Wellman. I'm not sure who that is. The corpse called it murder. This looks fun. Again, Find My Killer. All right, let's throw that over there. Next, Catch a Tiger by Owen Cameron. I'm not sure if that's I guess that's a Western. Certainly looks like it. Bantam. Don't know much about it. Throw it over there. This is one I think that Tom may have reviewed. I'm not sure. I think he reviewed this one, or at least he reviewed something that's part of the Steve Ash series. It's been reprinted by Lee Goldberg's Cutting Edge Books imprint. But it's nice to have an original copy of this. So I'll put that in my pile. Next, what do we have here? A Breed Apart. Fleming MacLeish, or MacLeish, I'm not familiar with this. Original title, The Eye of the Kite. So this is a reprint, probably 30s or 40s, I imagine. Have been reprinted by Signet. Yeah, looks great. Again, A Breed Apart. This looks like another Western, maybe. I'm not sure. Blind Desire Drove Him to Violence and Murder. Bantam Books, Henry Kuttner. Yeah, don't know. Next. It's always the big something, isn't it? I think I just read one called The Big Steal. I've read The Big Bounce this year. I think Lionel White has Big Caper or Big Heist or something like that. I can't remember. Big Snatch, something like that. This one's The Big Fix, or Big Fist, I should say, for readers who can take it straight. Clyde Ragsdale. Dell, not a map back. Not familiar with this. Maybe someone out there is. I've got a copy of this, I think, already, but this one looks like it might be a little worse for wear. I really like A.S. Fleischman, sometimes called Sid Fleischman. We've reviewed a lot of his books on the podcast, and I think we did a feature on the podcast as well on him, and we've got some of his paperbacks reviewed as well. Let's see what this is. The Devil's Agent, Hans Habe. Not sure what that is. Yeah. Throw it over there. Next. Oh, that's nice. Don't Hang Me Too High. Steve Silk finds Dames, a corpse, and his own fingerprints on the murder gun. J.B. O'Sullivan. Again, I know nothing about this. Pocketbook. Wish it was 25 cents. I did pay more than 25 cents, I will say that. Oh boy, this is a thick one. I like this author, Mary Roberts Reinhardt. Again, reviewed some of her books on the blog. She's great. Early mystery writer, sort of I guess in the vein of Agatha Christie and some of the others of that time period. Really great, good mystery writer. Apparently made a fortune back in the day because I think one of her books, or two of her books, got put into a movie and then a play, and then she sold the rights, and she made a lot of money. Don't know this one either. Most Contagious Game, Samuel Grafton. I moved in with a couple of moles. Moles. Found a girl from the underworld. Live with her. I like the life too much. Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it? Most Contagious Game. Know nothing about it. Great cover. Next. I may have read this. The Passion Murders. Day Keene, Avon. Great cover. Looks great. Looks like it was made into a movie, I guess. I think I read it. I don't remember. We talked about this guy the other day on the podcast. James N. Fox. The Lady Regrets. Or maybe we talked about Norman Fox. I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was James Fox. Map back. Some people really like the map backs. Others find that it's sort of was inferior work if it was a map back. I have no real opinion either way. Next, The Third Bullet. John Dixon Carr, Bantam. And other blood-chilling tales of murder, detection, suspense by the superlative master of mystery and satanic terror. That must be a short story collection. Boy, that looks juicy. All right, next. Again, I think Tom has reviewed this book. The Longest Second. I may be wrong, but I think it maybe got reprinted by Starkhouse Press. I don't really remember, but I do know that I've seen this cover on the blog. Next, An Inner Sanctum Mystery, People vs. Withers and Malone by Stuart Palmer and Craig Rice. Fairly certain I have another one of these in my collection somewhere. Don't know much about it. Adding them up here. This looks kind of weird. The Woman in the Woods, Lee Blackstock. Yeah, fairly interesting. All right, let's move this over here. Okay, next. George Harmon Cox, Eyewitness, story of a man who tracked down his own murderer. That sounds interesting and impossible. Yeah, there you go. Never read this author. I'm sure it's great. Next, The Fool Killer by Helen Eustace. Looks like something out of a horror movie. Crazy guy holding an axe. Yeah. Next, Bring Me Another Corpse. Peter Rabe, really popular writer. I've got a lot of his books, but I've never actually read them. I think he had a couple that Starkhouse Press reprinted, but I've never read them. Okay, let me try to move this a little bit here. Maybe this will make it a little better. All right, He Ran All the Way. Lion Books. Sort of short-lived publisher, but they put out a lot of great stuff. Lion Books typically go for a little bit more of a higher price tag. A lot of people collect Lion Books. That looks good. This one not bagged. This is one, I think we talked about this author maybe 2 episodes ago on the podcast. Mignon Eberhardt. Found a couple of her books in Orlando, bought them. I don't know if I have this one. I've never read this author, but I want to. Just like I say all the time. Stone Cold Dead, Richard Ellington. I've got another Richard Ellington book in my collection. I'm not sure if this is the same series, though. It's a Private Eye series. Yep, Drake. So I think I've got Drake number 1 or 2. I'm not sure where this one lies in the series. Let's say the painter. Front cover by Maurice Thomas. As a Paperback Warrior, I wish I knew more about some of these books. I feel terrible showing these to you, not having any kind of backstory. Blood of My Brother. Hating Johnny Baxter was easy until someone found it just as easy to kill him. I like this author. I think I've got a couple other books, or not the author, but the artist. I can tell the style. I've got another book or two that's in that vein. I'm not sure who the artist is. Where's Bob Dice when you need him? Okay, next. I think I have this already. A Rag and a Bone. Hilary Wall, which I believe was a male author. I think I've read and reviewed 1 or 2 of his books. Next. Dr. Catskill's Blue Shoes. Gee whiz. Again, I don't know anything about this author. It's not a map back. Be interesting to read these comments. Next. Guilty Bystander, Wade Miller. Again, it's kind of a sort of a horror cover. It reminds me of Dracula for some reason, like the old Hammer horror Dracula. This book has a better cover out there. I've seen it. A much better cover on the original. Maybe this was the original and the one I'm thinking of is a reprint, but either way, there's a more superior cover to this one, surprisingly. But I love this cover. This is great. We've covered Wade Miller on the podcast. We did a feature, and then we also did a bunch of reviews for this tandem. As you can see here, it was really 2 people. But there it is. Add that to the stack. This looks interesting. Motel Trap. Her office was a motel room. Beacon was notorious for writing or publishing a lot of Sleaze novels. This one is Beacon as well. See the logo there. Great cover. Not sure who Matt Harding is. I should know, but I don't. Yeah, we'll try it. I'm more of a Sleaze reader than Tom. I seem to do more the Sleaze reading. But maybe he'll want to tackle it. I don't know. Case of the Murdered Redhead. I think I have this already. I'm not sure. Maybe not. I'm thinking of maybe Ballinger. Bill Ballinger had something Redhead. Maybe it's this. I can't remember if this is Ballinger or not. It's probably not. I can't remember if this was the same one. It's when Ballinger switched and started doing the third person, from first person to third person, which a lot of people didn't really like. He started spending a lot of time writing the story from different perspectives of each character. It was kind of confusing, and it wasn't the same as his first person's perspective. I like this author a lot, James Hadley Chase. That's another one that we've reviewed on the blog quite a bit. This one's nice cover. So a lot of times with the James Hadley Chase novels, they're modernized with sort of what they did with Carter Brown's reprints. They put the modern cover on there with the photographic sort of the illustration or the photographic cover. This one painted, obviously, and I'm not sure what year this one is, but I like this author a lot. Looks like we're going to have to get into a bag here. We've got a large bag. I don't know why these are bagged and not. Let's try to get this. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's move this. Got all kinds of stuff here. Let's at least put that in there so we can get an idea. Boy, these stink. I'll be happy to bag these. They stink and they're dirty. Murder by the Clock. Rufus King, Lieutenant Valcor Mystery. see what this thing's filthy. What do we have here? What ear is this thing? Yeah, I don't even know what that is. I hate when they do the Roman numerals. I should know them by now because I see so many of them, but somebody out there will beat me to it before I can look it up. Next, Cop. Jack Carney. It's a great cover. Don't be a sucker, Joe. It's great. Next, seen this book out reprinted several times. It's supposed to be one of her best. Mapback. So, as you can see, fairly dirty. Not as in good shape as these other bagged books. Another author I've never read. Highly rated author. I think I want to say Tom reviewed this book, but I can't remember. Very colorful. Wow, looks good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he reviewed it. This one, not such an attractive cover. Brilliant novel of suspense with fast tempo, brooding horror, and I can't even make it out. Ironic humor by Joseph Shearing. So Evil, My Love. Reminds me of a Bruno Fisher title. So Evil, My Love, I think it was a Bruno Fisher title or something close to it. Pretty thick. Oh, that's terrible of me. I'm bending it. That's pretty odd page count. Pretty high. Over 300 pages. I won't get to that one anytime soon. Another Dorothy Hughes. Cross-Eyed Bear Murders. Another Mapback. Next. The Scarab Murder Case. A Philo Vance mystery. Bantam. Kind of curious what that one is. There's probably... Oh boy, that's old. 47 from the original 29, it looks like, 1929. Oh boy. Phantom of the Opera. That's neat. It's got the opera itself, stage, dressing rooms, boiler rooms. That's interesting. Normally it's sort of a landscape, urban landscape. That's cool. Next, boy, this is in bad shape. Affair of the Scarlet Crab, Clifford Knight. Oh boy, it's filthy. Looks like it may have been wet at one point. At some point, it's pretty dirty. And last, I think that's it. This is the last one. Another Paperback. So there we go. Whole stack here. Oh. Let's see if we can look at the spines here. It's always fun. Pretty tight spines on a lot of these. Not in terrible shape. I can always, when I go into the bookstores, used bookstores, I always look for this because they're so easy to spot. And a lot of times they're just westerns because there's a lot of them, but that's the first thing I always look for is that yellow spine. Oh, let's see. We just looked at these. And these. And last. Oh. There we go. box is empty. Now I got to go put all these in the collection and alphabetize and all that fun stuff, and maybe clean some of them up. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to put these away, maybe talk about them on the show. If you have any questions, comments, post them. And if you know anything about these books, series, authors, let me know. Thanks. Bye-bye.